And while millions of Americans wait for the H1N1 vaccine, health experts keep telling us our best defense against the illness is to simply wash our hands. How many times do we hear that? But what should we use to wash our hands? And do hand sanitizers, do they really work? Consumer correspondent Elisabeth Leamy actually put them to the test. Do tell.
Yes, indeed. Here's what we did. We went to the University of Maryland because it is a world leader in the fields of food safety and microbiology, and we tried out different soaps and sanitizers. Did a small, informal test, which basically entailed washing our hands until they were raw. But we got some interesting answers.
Caution! Not all soaps and sanitizers are created equal. We enlisted Dr. Zhonghong Meng and his intrepid University of Maryland graduate students to do an experiment with us.
Okay, hit me with the E. coli.
That's right, we deliberately put E. coli bacteria on our hands to see which products would wash it off.
Now we are just swabbing your hands to get the bacteria.
After each test, we swabbed our hands to see if there was any bacteria left that would transfer to these special incubation plates.
You just need to go like this.
First, hand sanitizers, one with alcohol as the active ingredient, versus another that was alcohol-free. The key with hand sanitizer is to use at least a half a teaspoon, or enough that it takes 15 to 20 seconds before it's dry.
13, 14, 15.
Would there be invisible bacteria left on our hands after swabbing?
Whoa! What is on my hands? Ah!
Next up, soap. A recent British study showed using soap instead of water alone killed 3 times as many germs. We pitted regular soap versus antibacterial soap.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Each time we washed, we counted out the full 20 seconds the CDC recommends, except once.
Will you sing along with me? Come on.
When we tried another popular timing technique.
Now I know my hands are clean.
E. coli, wash, rinse, dry, swab. We repeated the process again and again.
Anybody's hands starting to feel a little chafed?
Yeah, sure.
Research shows most people only dash their hands underwater for about 5 seconds, if they wash at all.
Were you surprised at how long 20 seconds is?
Yes, but it's not like, I think it's kind of hard to admit.
Do you think you'll change your habits at all?
Yeah, I think I will. Maybe 10.
We came back to the University of Maryland 3 days later after our samples had incubated.
What do you think of the comparison here?
The white dots are E. coli colonies that have grown, so the fewer the better. The first thing we noticed is that alcohol-based hand sanitizer clearly works the best. In fact, the CDC says you should use a hand sanitizer containing at least 60% alcohol. As for soap, if you look at the E. coli colonies, you can see that the antibacterial soap worked only slightly better than the regular soap. In fact, the FDA recommends just using regular soap because of worries germs will develop resistance and people will develop laziness from high-tech soap.
Based on the results we have got, it's not really necessary to use antimicrobials in the products. You can see some difference, but it's not really significant.
The bottom line on hand washing, technique is more important than technology.
19, 20.
And by the way, in case you think I'm crazy, the E. coli we used for our experiment was a harmless strain, not the deadly E. coli 0157 bacteria. The advice is the same for H1N1, a virus. Alcohol kills viruses, and soap, any soap used well, washes them off.
Okay, I'll trust you, but I'm not going to shake hands with you, just the same, just to be on the safe side.
Yes.
But Eli, when should we use soap over the hand sanitizers?
All right, experts say use soap anytime you can get to it, soap and water, especially if there's visible dirt on your hands, because hand sanitizer can't cut through that visible dirt. Hand sanitizer, though, is terrific for when you can't get to soap and water, and it actually does a better job at eliminating bacteria and germs because it kills them rather than just removing them.
But what about the alcohol-based ones? Are they safe for children?
Yes, they are. You should supervise them. You know, it's not a good idea if a child were to ingest a bunch of it, but frankly, poison control tells us it tastes so terrible that they usually don't eat too much.
I love those grad students. You should go back and make sure 20 seconds at least. It's at least halfway there. Halfway there.
It's a long time.
Fascinating. Thanks so much.